One.
Yes.
I don't know what this
We are
was.
early
Yes, we
for
are.
once in our lives.
Yeah. Aloha, Roxanne.
Hi, Roxy.
We have decided to start the show early today because we miss you guys and we couldn't wait to get back. We have lots to talk about. This is going to be a really fun show today. We are talking about, oh, look it. Hi, Eric. We have
J.W. Wakefield.
Okay, thank you. And
Gersh.
Yay. Okay. So today we're talking about Jeremy Renner.
Yes.
And before we get into this amazing story of strength, we are going to wait for a few more of our friends to show up. And in the meantime, we want to share with you this amazing experience that we had.
Oh, yes.
It was,
well, I guess you could call it amazing.
It was very synchronistic, and I thought it was amazing because of all the messages.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a great example of how we get messages to help us in our chart. So Vera, do you want to share?
Okay, yes. About 4 days ago, I had a vision that I saw a plane going down, crashing, and then I saw people on the ground, but one person in particular I saw, I'm going to start crying again.
Aww.
A person in particular I saw was Chrissy's face, and it had kind of like you were dead because your eyes were like one eye was like filming over or something. It was so graphic. It was
wow.
So I'm like, okay, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Because
right,
you don't know if it's a metaphor. You don't, So for how many days? 4 days?
Yeah.
I couldn't be around Chrissy. I couldn't be around Mary. They probably
thought
something was wrong.
She upset,
I couldn't. And finally, if they were downstairs, I'd run upstairs. Then Chrissy'd run upstairs, and then I'd run downstairs, and they would come downstairs, and it was like, oh my God. So finally I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. It was making me sick.
Yeah.
I was like in bed all the time, right? I wanted to sleep. I didn't want to, well, not all the time, but so I finally told them. And as you took it very graciously, like you always do. But so I had Chrissy change the dates of her trip. Yeah, she's gonna go to Hawaii. So she's changing, finagling a little bit of the dates.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, that's cool. That'll do it. And then this morning, I have to read it. Sammy sent me a message. And she said,
yeah, I know.
It was so interesting. So she sent me a message that she had a dream. Did I go back too far? Yeah.
There we go.
And during that time, I was really telling Sammy, I go, my heart's beating so fast. And I didn't want to tell her about what happened. So I never told anybody, but finally you guys. I swear to God, my heart, every time I was around them, my heart would be really fast. I couldn't breathe.
You were just picking up on that energy.
So I'm telling Sammy, and then she's going, go to the ER right now.
I know. Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, no.
She was worried. We were worried about you.
So this morning she texted me. I had this dream. I was on a 747 jet and it crash landed somewhere, something awful. I watched the whole thing happen from the cockpit, but the whole plane was fine. And so was I. I used the emergency door to slide down. So I took that as everything's fine. The plane crashed, but everything was fine.
Oh my gosh.
But it was like everything was fine. So you know how dreams are. So
it was, that's amazing.
Validation plus psychic dreaming.
Yeah, exactly. Because yesterday I called the airlines.
Oh, that's another thing.
I called the airlines to change the tickets to one day before and one day later in travel. And you guys, seriously, guess what the name was of the person who helped me on the phone for Hawaiian Airlines? Vera. Her name was Vera. It was
that just gives me goosey woosies.
Oh my gosh. I felt like it was such a message.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing how these signs.
Synchronicity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Things can be laid out. It's like a signpost along the way to help us. Because one of the things that you can ask for, like Vera has asked for
Mhm.
is that if you're going to get any type of infusion or a dream about something that you feel could be prophetic, ask your guides, your spirit guides, or your angels to not show you anything that you can't do anything about.
Exactly. I did that, and it was like, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. So that way, if you do see something, you never know. Then you want it to be something that you can actually activate to, I mean, not activate, but like do an action that can um, make a different outcome. That's more positive, obviously. So,
Yeah.
hello, Lynn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah.
It was kind
For
of
Sharon, I think it was a panic. I never have had a panic attack, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
Wow.
I was having a panic attack.
And you know, it was so
Panic attack.
interesting before you even told me. It was like the day before you told me about your dream.
Yeah.
I was talking to my mom was like, well, if we go down in a plane crash, and I didn't even know about your dream yet.
Oh
I'm
my
like, well, if
God.
we go down in a plane crash, it'll be a blaze of glory, and at least we die together.
Yeah.
I know it sounds very very flippant. Oops. But
Oops.
hello.
Hi, Mary. Thank you so much.
What's going on?
I asked her to bring me a Kleenex.
Oh.
Thank you,
Well,
Mary.
okay.
You're so cute.
Aw. But anyway, I know it sounds very flippant, but in our beliefs, we know that when we go home to
Maybe
the other
today.
side, we believe that when we go home to the other side, then we will have fulfilled our chart. We know
Right.
that we will have done everything that we wanted to accomplish in life, and it's not a bad, horrible, negative thing. It's hard for us as
Yeah.
the loved ones that are left in life because we
I
miss
mean-
our loved ones.
Yeah.
But when we go home, Angus has said that it's a celebration there. I remember when he was talking about what happened last year with your health, Vera, and he goes, well, for us, when it's a celebration. And I'm
Right.
like, don't even.
Yeah.
No, that's not a happy thing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it is on the other side. But for us, it's
Yeah.
like we're still here.
Yeah.
And when we graduate and get to go home is when we get to see our loved ones.
Hi, Sammy.
But
We just talked about you.
anyway, I just wanted to share that because I didn't
Yeah.
want everyone to think that I have a death wish.
No.
Yeah.
It's just our views on death. It's
Right.
not like how everybody sees it, I
Yes,
guess.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Sammy, we're just talking about your amazing dream and how it all fit together.
Validation.
All right.
Exactly.
Yes. Oh, that's cute, Vera.
What?
I'm like, hello, Vera. All right. So, yeah, we are here. Okay. So, Vera, are you ready to get started
Oh,
on
yeah.
Jeremy?
Mhm.
All right. So, today we are going to be talking about this amazing person,
Mhm.
Jeremy Renner. He is an actor that many of us know. He grew up literally a stone throw away from here.
Yeah,
in
Modesto.
That's like right down the road from us. So that's pretty cool. He's
Good morning, Modesto.
Yeah.
That was in a cartoon.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that one of the ones Johnny used to watch, I guess.
Oh.
Or AJ, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. So he is the oldest of 7 siblings, the last of which was born in 2011. So quite a
A range, huh?
Exactly, quite a range. He's been in Mission Impossible, Born Legacy, but
Isn't
a lot
he
of
just
us,
so cute?
He is, and he said that he got a lot of roles because of his face, because he has like a resting
Bitch face.
Bitch face.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I like
So,
that. I do too.
Yeah. So that's how he was saying he got the Hawkeye role, and that's where a lot of us know and love
Did
him
you
from.
hear
Is Hawkeye and the
about
Avengers.
one of
Endgame.
these social, what do they call them, influencers? They were talking about his 911
His 911 call.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. And he goes, he had some roles like as hockey. Going, okay.
But yeah, no, he's awesome in Hawkeye. And yeah, so early.
But how many times do we flub? So I felt for the guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. There's been times when I'm like, why did I say that?
Like
and
Andrea
Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he early in his acting career, he was also a singer, songwriter, guitarist, keyboardist, and a drummer. So he's really into the music the music too.
Arts. Yeah.
Yeah. Since 2014, he's lived in Nevada, and he has a house renovating business with his best friend and fellow actor, Christopher Winters. So,
Christopher Winters?
Christopher Winters, is that how you say it? Christopher Winters? Am I saying
Oh, I
that?
don't know. I thought you were saying about his past life.
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, I don't know what his name was.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Just that. Okay.
All right, got it.
So a lot of us know about what happened to
Right.
Jeremy. It was the beginning of this year on January 1st, 2023. And if you don't know, we're going to tell you all about it right now. So he lives up in the mountains, and the home he bought has a snow cat, which you can see right there.
Mhm.
And he would help his neighbors a lot with snow plowing and so forth. Well, he had his whole family up. New Year's Day, gets up early, and he had his nephew. I think he has like he's a young man, his nephew.
Mhm.
He had him get up and help him with plowing out the snow because his car was, his nephew's car
Truck.
was
Mhm.
stuck and everything. So they're doing this, and what happened was he got out of the snowcat, and it like turned on by itself somehow, and it started to
Well,
go
it was
towards,
moving. Yeah, it was towards
yeah,
his
and it
nephew.
it was on, and it started moving towards his nephew, who was getting into his truck, and Jeremy was looking to make sure his nephew was okay, and then he saw that it was going for him, so he tried to literally jump back in to the snowcat, which if you see the picture again, you'll see that there's like a big
Track. It looks like a one of those things that the military uses for their what do you call them?
Yes, for the tanks, and that's
it. It's
yes.
right. Well, I was
Yeah.
going to point, but you
I know,
can't
me
see
too,
it.
yeah. But that's where
those little blades right there.
The blades, and that's the only way to
And
get in.
they're moving.
Yes, that was the only way to get in. So he jumps on there thinking he was going to open the door, and his foot got caught, and it drug him underneath that freaking machine
on asphalt.
It
not
wasn't
on the snow.
It wasn't on soft snow, and it just mutilated him. I mean, 30
Hi,
broken
James.
bones. It was awful.
Yeah.
And okay. It smashes his face, his head, his body, everything was just totally twisted and broken. It was awful.
Yeah.
And his neighbors, because his nephew was panicking. He was running around looking for a neighbor to help them. And he saw one neighbor had like a little bit of the garage open, and there's somebody walking.
Legs underneath.
Right.
Yeah.
So he went running over, and of course the neighbor was freaked out.
Yeah.
But he got this neighbor to come and help him. So the man and his wife, I believe, they came over, and oh my gosh, it was like he was there was a pool of blood.
Yeah,
right
the wife was holding his head. Yeah.
Yes. And his nephew held his arm up the whole time so that he could breathe, because he was in bad shape. He had
you can hear him in the 911 call.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But he did die there.
Wow. He died for a moment.
And came back. Yep.
So that was obviously.
I don't think he even knows it or realizes it, but.
Wow.
Yep.
So so one of his ribs punctured his liver, 30 broken bones from his shins to his eye socket.
His eye
came out. His whole side of his face it was crushed and smashed. And there were times. So what else was I going to tell you really quick? I was going to tell you also, he took Muay Thai. Am I saying that right? Muay Thai, the martial arts.
Oh, I don't know.
Is that how you say it?
He probably had to for Hawkeye.
Yeah, Muay Thai and weapon martial arts training for the movies. And that really...
It's MUAY.
Yeah. Muay Thai. And the doctors were saying that his physicality and that aspect, his health, it really, really helped him with this surviving this accident. 10 weeks after this happened, he's beginning to regain the strength to walk with a cane. So it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
When he was in the hospital,
because he was supposed to be paralyzed. They didn't know.
Yeah. But he was saying, because there was many times they didn't think he was going to make it. He thought he was going to be like a spine in her brain.
Yeah.
'Cause
Isn't that
he was,
interesting?
yeah,
He was
he's
so
like,
mangled.
he's like, what is my existence
Gonna
gonna be
be.
now?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And so in the hospital, the worst horror of it was the pain without being able to sleep.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that kind of pain. And he wrote a note to his family when he was able to finally do that. And he said, "Holy F. Sorry about what happened."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also said that if he was going to be a vegetable, for them to let him go.
Mhm.
He didn't want to be on a respirator or anything.
Mhm. Wow. Yeah. So he has a 10-year-old daughter, and he
Mhm.
didn't want her to see him at all in the
Yeah.
hospital. He wanted to
Gosh.
wait until he was home. He has a sister, and she was saying that he's like super, super stubborn. Yeah.
The sister?
The sister
Oh, he's
said,
saying
no,
he's.
she
I
said,
got it.
she said
He is.
very stubborn.
And that's good.
yeah. And
Look how cute his daughter is.
and that he wasn't going to let anything keep him down. So Jeremy, through this whole situation, he was saying he's very mentally strong.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like my favorite part about this whole story. Jeremy was saying that he has no regrets. And he said, I refuse.
No regrets.
Yeah. He said, I refuse to be victimized or haunted by the memory of a mistake I made, to have that be a trauma and a negative experience.
Yeah.
I shifted that narrative, one that I protected my nephew. That suffering feeds the seeds of love, and that's what love is. And I thought, wow,
Yeah, that's so cool.
that is so amazing. And he also added that your superpower, your real superpower, is to transfer your trauma into your strength.
Yep.
So a little bit more things to share about him is that he would call the mayor every day to ask, what can we do to make our city better? Which is really cool.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He buys old buses, or he did. This is what he's been doing for years. He bought old buses, fire engines, and ambulances, and repurposes them.
Mm-hmm. That's just so amazing, because it's just like his life that I'm going to talk about.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And he was rescued in one of the ambulances that he repurposed. How cool is that?
Yeah.
That's really neat. Some of the buses
Can you imagine? That is just perfect.
I know.
Just the way you chart.
Isn't that just amazing karma? Repurposes the buses and fire engines to make clean water bus in Africa, a youth center in Mexico, Fred's ice cream truck, things like that. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's very nice.
So, it's just an amazing story about this strong soul. And I cannot wait to hear about his past lives from you, Vera.
Well, this past life that he had, it was with his nephew. That's the one I picked up on, because I wanted the nephew to see if he was in anything. And he's been in a few lives with his uncle. But it was in, I'm thinking Boston, I'm not sure. But he was a reputable businessman, and he was wealthy, but he really didn't keep everything for him and his family. He made sure they were okay, but then he would give to other people. Like, this was the one I picked up, was around Christmas time, and his nephew in this life was his oldest son in the past life, in this Christmas life.
Wow.
So for him, it was like every day was Christmas, really, for this man, because of how he was so generous with everybody. And people that didn't have food, he would get them food, clothing, that kind of thing, and not make them feel like it was charity.
Right. I love that.
Yeah, it was so interesting, because he would not make them. He would say, well, do you need, I really need this, because a lot of them were very, very proud.
Right.
And they would not want help. So he would finagle around it and get them to say, and not make it look like on purpose.
Right.
And they would be more than happy to do it. And then he would give them things. Yeah. So Christmas for him was all about family and love and all that kind of stuff. So he would buy, like I said, Christmas gifts for the kids, and then food for the families.
Wow.
That were struggling. So in this house, there were always people in there. he always had his kids had, because I think he had like 10 kids or something, but the kids always had people there, their friends there. The wife had all her friends there. He had his friends. There was always something going on in that house.
Wow.
So
What a happy home.
yeah. So they decided to go out and get a Christmas tree. So they did that. And I'm thinking, okay, the Christmas tree, something's going to fall, but nope, that wasn't it.
Oh.
So they had this Christmas tree. And back, I guess in those days, they had candles instead of lights on the Christmas tree.
Right. Yeah.
So,
oh no.
yeah.
Oh God.
So they decorated it and they were getting ready for the Christmas morning. Everybody was all excited.
Oh my gosh.
So
wow.
in the middle of the night, the tree caught on fire.
Oh no.
Yeah. And he was always very sure to check everything to make sure everything was okay. That I guess because there's different things that could go wrong back then. I don't know, but he was always checking to make sure everything was safe for some reason. So he checked and there was like nothing. There was no candles on the tree. I mean, lit candles on the tree, that kind of thing. So in the middle of the night, the house caught on fire and it was fast.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because I believe everything's made of wood or something back then. I don't know.
It
just caught on very fast.
Right.
And let's see.
I'm getting hot.
Yeah.
Seriously, I feel like there's a fire.
Engulfed the house. Yeah.
Oh.
So let's see.
Whew.
Yeah. So Jeremy made it out he helped his kids, his wife, people that were staying over get out.
He got him out.
He got them out. The baby was still in the house.
His youngest son. His oldest son.
It was actually his daughter in this life. Was his youngest daughter in that past life.
Baby was inside.
And she was still inside.
Oh,
it was like,
no.
Yeah. So he was being held back by two guys to not go back in because it was so much, there's so much fire. There's no way you can go in there.
No.
Well, whenever they were holding him back, guess who went in? His nephew. But his son in that life.
God.
So he went in to save the baby and he actually got to the baby and threw it out the window. I mean, because people are going to catch it. I mean, not just throw it out the window.
Of course. Oh, wow.
But he never made it out.
Wow.
Yeah, the nephew. So Jeremy was like beside himself because he felt like it was his fault.
Of course.
That he didn't go back in for his daughter.
And his son.
But the two people that held him back were the ones that started the fire. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know if I don't know why they did it. It's just they were jealous or something. Something happened.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because I was like, how the frick did it catch on fire if there's no lit candles?
Oh, but okay, wait a minute. Wait. If they started the fire, wouldn't they have wanted him to run in? I mean, they wanted him to survive and be in torture.
Well, would you? I would hold him back if I was a bad person and say, let his daughter die.
Oh my God.
And
then he had to live with and then he had to live with the suffering and the pain of the guilt.
That's what they wanted him to feel. They didn't want him to die.
Yeah, right. Because that was too easy.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That just makes me so
he
angry
felt
for him.
Guilty the rest of his life because of that. But the one thing about him though is like he was like dead inside, really.
Of course, after that.
But he would act like he was okay because he didn't want his family, to. Yeah, but till the day he died, it was like
he could never forgive himself.
Exactly.
And did he ever find out? Did he ever know that it wasn't started from the family? Like, did he?
No, he thought
he
thought it was something he didn't see or he missed. So
like one candle that wasn't.
Yeah, maybe hidden that he didn't see or something. But so in this life, he paid the kid. His older son was named Robert. I don't know. Maybe he's a Robert Senior.
Oh.
Yeah, but Robert Junior, the nephew. He paid him back in this lifetime because he saved him from.
He did. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what, when you were telling me,
And he's
it was
so
like, that's why I
protective.
was smiling so much when the sun, because it was like,
Mhm.
in this lifetime, Jeremy was able to save him. And it was like,
Yeah.
it just is so overwhelmingly amazing
Yeah.
that he was able to give that to him.
Yeah.
And, no wonder he feels that love and
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
because that's just amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I'm just so touched by that story.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they had another life.
Ooh, I have to tell you, that would be a great movie.
It would be, huh?
It would be a great movie. Jeremy has to play himself. It's incredible.
Yeah. So they had a lumberjack life, and it was after that life, and a tree fell on Jeremy, but it was the nephew's error. The nephew thought it was going to go one way, and it went another way.
Oh my!
Because I guess there's like which way it's going to go when you cut it or something. So so it didn't fall where it was supposed to fall, but it landed right on his legs. So he survived, but his legs were they were crushed. So So the nephew lost his job because they didn't want someone around that was careless.
Right.
So he took care of Jeremy until Jeremy died.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But
wow.
Jeremy got a hold of the owner and told the owner that it was his fault so that he could get his job back.
Really?
Yeah. And the nephew never knew that's what he did.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was one of the things he told him to not let his, his friend know. They were just friends in that life.
These two souls are so beautiful. What a beautiful example.
Yeah.
I mean, they love each other so much in their lives.
But that's what we do in our lives.
Yeah.
We go back and forth, and I'll help you.
Yeah, and then
you help me go through this lesson. I'll help you.
Right.
Yeah.
I just am so touched by that, though. It's like amazing how, I mean, in that lifetime, Jeremy was paralyzed, and his nephew, his friend in that life, helped him. But in this time, as much of a devastation that happened to his body, he was able to come back.
Yeah.
I mean, he's walking now.
Yes.
So it's amazing that he had that experience. He could have went to where he's paralyzed again, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He was able to turn that around.
Exactly.
And he's walking. And it's just amazing. The core of this whole story is love.
Exactly.
And that is his strength.
Mm-hmm.
That he can
they called him
it.
In the first life, they called him the unofficial mayor because he was so wonderful to people.
Oh my God. And he calls the mayor in this lifetime every morning and says, what can I do for our city?
See that. Yeah. Oh God, see, it gives me chilly willies.
That is
and
so cool.
No, they are not in this lifetime. Mm-mm. They're off screwing somebody else.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's neat. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that's just like really amazing.
Yes, exactly, James. It was like that cell memory was so strong. It's like, I don't want to live the way he had to live in that lumberjack life, because he was so healthy and so vibrant and strong, because they had to be. Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow. That is amazing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'm like floored by the whole story on
Pretty
that.
Cool.
I just think it's really cool because, I mean, he's in the spotlight in this life, and he was able to vocalize his journey and what was really important.
Exactly.
And that's what we want to ask you guys, Soul Tribe. What do you think his lesson was with what
lost lights,
with what happened in this lifetime? His experience that happened with this snowcat.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that his lesson was? And we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And while you're writing, let's see, we also want to bring up exit points. So Vera?
Yes, Chrissy.
Was that an exit point?
That was.
You would imagine,
in
right?
This life,
I mean, he did exit, but he came right back.
Yeah, it was when he was laying there, and it was just like he stopped breathing and then he started breathing again. It was, and like, I think, I don't know if you turn colors or something when you, like there's no oxygen.
Oh, yeah. And if you happen to see Soul Tribe, if you go online and listen to the 911 calls from the neighbors, it's
Those two people were amazing.
They were. You should hear what the first call and then the second call was like. He was saying, you got to get, what was it called? The helicopter that comes right up?
Life flight or something?
Yeah, lifeline.
Flight.
Life flight. He goes, he's looking really bad. It's not.
And he kept saying,
going.
and they kept telling him,
bad.
Didn't they say they were coming from some way? He goes, no, have them come from Reno. We're closer.
Yeah, because
it took them 45 minutes to get there.
It was a really bad blizzard. I mean,
and
not the moment, but the snow and the ice.
He was far away from people, so.
Life theme could be like resilience and strength.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because I mean, when I was thinking about what lesson that he went through is when you hear him talking about changing the narrative and making his trauma his strength, it's like that to me is a huge life lesson, totally learned and shared.
Yeah.
I mean, spotlight, example, that was amazing.
Exactly.
And
but his primary theme is humanitarian.
Wow.
Yeah, and then his secondary is the arts.
That makes so much perfect sense. Yeah.
But isn't it interesting? So many of the actors have humanitarian either in their primary or because they have a bigger audience. Not all of them, but I'm just saying the ones that we've been doing lately.
Yeah, it's amazing. And another interesting thing to note is that love being
it definitely is a lesson. Definitely. We don't go through all this for nothing, It's something, and it's a lesson not just for him, it's a lesson for everyone that was surrounding that situation.
Exactly.
What they could do and how they could do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
In my opinion.
Cleared almost all of his, yes. I was going to tell you too that, what'd she say? Can your theme change or does it stay the same?
It can change.
Yeah.
Especially when you've learned everything that you wanted to learn in that particular theme.
Yes. That's the thing.
A lot of last lifers are.
Which is a new concept actually that we've learned through you. That's what Angus was saying. And it's amazing because we will have this reoccurring theme over and over until we've really got it.
Yeah.
And I'm just also I wanted to mention too is that when he was healing, he had the love be so much a part of his healing process. And that really adds strength because now he's actually able to use a cane and walk again. And that love does strengthen, whereas the negative emotions weakens us.
Yeah, exactly. And look at what his mother was there through the whole thing, was with him in the hospital the whole time. And she was actually reading to him. And he just started laughing. He goes, she was reading Stephen King book. He goes, so it was about horror.
Yeah.
And she just kind of smiled. She goes, well, I wanted him to hear my voice.
Yeah. And she goes, and that's what I was reading at the time.
Yeah. It's cute. But so all of the people that he has in the immediate family he has in this life was in that Christmas life. Yeah.
Don't you find it interesting that it happened around the same time of year?
Oh, was it Christmas time?
It was on New Year's Day. This happened on January 1st, on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
It's kind of symbolic, isn't it? Like a new beginning, it's new.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still the holidays. That's just so interesting. The same family.
Yeah, what a way to slow down, huh, Eric? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let's see. Yep, his life was wrapping it all up. All right. Now, what's next here? Okay. So we were talking about exit points. That was one of Jeremy's exit points. Do any of you have what you feel was an exit point in your life that you'd like to share? We'd like to hear. I know I did. I had an exit point at the office, and I didn't realize it was an exit point, but that's what you had told me it was when I was on the highway and there was driving down the fast lane, and there was a giant rolled up carpet across the fast lane. Almost went over the center divider, but it was fascinating. And this is the thing. Why do we or don't we take exit points? That's a question that we've gotten because we all have a certain amount of exit points in our life. And we might bypass one, but why?
Yeah.
So
Well, because we have more to do.
Mhm.
We don't usually take them until we're done with our chart, or we feel that that's the best we can do.
And it's interesting because it's like sometimes we'll have this little, it's like almost like we can take an out. Like, because at the time my spirit was like dying at the office.
Right.
And if I wouldn't have gotten that lesson, that I would have taken that exit. So there's many different reasons why we don't take an exit.
Exactly.
Or
no, everyone has a theme.
Or you could have done everything that you wanted to do, like you just said.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you not have a theme?
You could not follow the theme, but we all have themes. Yeah.
All right. Let's do a poll, Vera, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do a poll, you guys. We're going to ask you guys. Let's go see if I can find it. Because I'd love to know what you all think of how many exit points we have. Okay.
There you go, Roxanne. See? She said she almost drowned until her older brother pulled her hand and yelled at him, "Get your A on the beach."
That's funny. All right. Points do we...
And we're glad you didn't take it.
Add an option. Okay, here we go. 1.
And keep your A on the beach, Roxy.
5. Or more.
Or on the sand, I should say.
More
Huh?
than 5. Okay. So we would love to hear what you guys think. How many exit points do we have? Let's see what everybody says.
Didn't we just say we have 5? We kind of told them already.
Oh, we did?
I thought we did.
No.
Oh.
No, you can't tell them the answer of the poll.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Because here's what's amazing.
Oh, well.
Here's what's amazing, seriously. A lot of people do not know, because they might think, okay, well, we only leave this life one time, right?
Yeah.
So we have one exit.
Nah.
Officially.
Yeah.
We have learned that we chart 5, but in recent times,
We can have a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angus has told us,
Mhm.
Vera, that people are starting to chart
Add,
more
yeah.
than 5.
Right. Yeah.
So,
But not a lot more, but yeah.
yeah. Okay. 67% says 5. They agree with you, Vera.
Well, yeah, you guys are awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Next time I do the poll, I'm going to say, no.
Vera, shut
no.
up. Shut your mouth.
No.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Let's see what Eric says now. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that an extra point for Eric?
No. It was just something for the doctors to learn.
I see.
Yeah.
To not do it that way.
Yeah.
Very important.
I know sometimes we think, oh God, this was a horrific thing and it's an exit point for sure. Not necessarily, because sometimes you could just be walking across the street, as I've said 100,000 times before, and it could be an exit point.
Right.
You know, sometimes we just don't think it values it makes it an exit point, but a lot of times it does.
Or we just like kind of hit our head or something, or we're just sick and we have a really high fever, and then kind of things like that happen a lot.
Yeah. You almost died. That's right.
Wow.
Correct.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Now, what's next?
Purple Blaze. That's all right.
Hi.
He said he forgot.
That's okay. All right. You're here now.
Yeah.
We're very happy.
What do they say? Better late than never.
Exactly. Okay. What else do we want to share, Vera?
We have a super chat.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, do we
Unless
want to
anybody has
tell
questions.
everybody about what angel's going to help? What could have really helped Jeremy?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. I forgot about that.
I'm going to tell you guys all about this amazing Michael Archangel. And we have a picture to share too. All right. So
that's
Michael,
the way I want to go. in bed.
Yeah. Michael, the Archangel, he's a warrior angel, but you guys, seriously, there is something about him that you need to know. He has a healing, it's like a scepter. And it's a big surprise. There's a crystal on the end. It's like a crystal type of a wand. And on the other side, Michael, as well as Malachesa, they dipped this healing wand into this emerald green pool.
I remember that one.
And it's like a healing energy pool, and it fills up this wand with that emerald green healing energy. And it's like an artifact, an angel artifact they carry on them. When we ask for healing, whether it's the broken bones, like with what Jeremy had,
JW.
or our organs, or there's some issue, disease, whatever kind of injury or illness that we're going through, they take this and they can put it to whatever part of your body, whatever is being affected, and the healing energy from this wand goes into the organ or the bones or whatever it is that we're going through. It can even help us with our heart, you know, like when we're depressed, or our mind, and those types of things.
I love Michael. He's just awesome.
He's a favorite go-to for many of our soul tribe.
I have him,
including us.
On my wall. Yeah.
Yes, he's in a really good spot in your room because you can see him too
in the mirror.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know you could see him in the mirror too. That's neat. All right, and what else did I want to tell you? Oh, I wanted to also tell you that right now, just for today,
the second one, James.
Just for today, we're having a sale on Michael Archangel. And if you buy any angel or goddess print or anything on our website, obviously, then you get a free Michael Archangel print. And it's for today only. So you can see a little code down there on the screen, and you just enter that at checkout. So, yes, just wanted to share. I love that angel. And we have a lot of our soul tribe who love him. He's like, I'm always thinking of Michael from many different. So not only warrior and protection, but also the healing.
Can you get that off?
Sure.
Did we already do it?
I believe we did. Okay.
We're talking about the pole.
Okay. Well,
not yet.
Why is it in your way?
I don't know. That's okay.
Can you scroll down right there?
Probably, Chrissy.
Yeah, there we go. Is it going down for you? It's not working? All right.
That's okay. I'll just scroll up.
Okay. You can see over here.
Oh, that's very true. Then how come I have that?
Because
I can talk?
Well, the last show you wanted it for some reason. I don't remember why.
Because I couldn't see.
Yeah. Can you see now though?
Oh, heck yeah. I see.
Okay, perfect.
Very nice and big.
Okay, perfect. All right, Vera, are you ready for the super chat question?
Oh, sure.
Okay, this question came in from Gertie, and I'm just going to go ahead and read it.
Okay.
So Gertie says, yesterday I had a dream where it looks like a guy from work is searching, and when he saw me, he looked at me with some familiarity, as if I am the one for him, and I'm the one he's been looking for. The feeling came across with such certainty, and he was determined to go for it and have me.
Oh, I mean, I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I also saw a rainbow in the dream. After all these dreams of us being blocked or him not within reach, it's interesting. Is there a past life with this guy that will help explain this connection and how he views me?
Exactly. Well, he is definitely, he's been in a past life, and actually it's just one. And he is definitely in your soul tribe on the other side, for sure. You guys are very close. You've had one past life with him, but the past life was with somebody else that you were in love with. I think I told you about that one before. It was a past life with someone that you were with at the time, and there were situations that happened. But this guy was in that life, but he knew that he couldn't be with you. He loved you from the minute he saw you, but he knew he couldn't be with you because you were with someone else. So he would just love you from afar. And he's carried that probably in this current lifetime, where you feel unavailable to him because of that cell memory.
So she's like out of reach.
Yeah, she was out of reach. And in that past life, he was always around her. He was always helping her, because the husband was kind of not very nice, or the boyfriend. I can't remember which one it was, but whoever you were at the time, I mean, I don't want to say didn't love you, but it was more about him. And this guy was always about you, you know, so. And you
He
would always
sounds
tell him
really
too, I wish you
nice.
were my,
Oh,
yeah, because he was
and
so nice.
and he's like, don't tease me.
Yeah, really.
Wow,
So, yeah.
that's really cool. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And I find that really neat that that's a great example that of Gertie's question and dream, because we can have this knowledge within us. I mean, obviously,
Mhm.
Gertie knows because she asked the question, or
Right.
that is it from a past life. So within, they know that they have that knowledge is what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
as we all do. And that's why we'll have dreams like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, because it's like, and just knew, is it from a past life? There's a reason she asked it.
yes,
is what I'm
yes,
trying to say.
yes. And, they feel it if they're around each other. It's just one feels that connection and the other one can't because you're unavailable
Mhm.
in his spiritual DNA. Yeah.
His cell memory.
Yeah.
He's feeling that she's not available.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I don't know if in this life he doesn't know that much about your background, that he feels you may have a boyfriend or something. So that's why.
What if she wants to date him, maybe she could drop clues like, if you were my boyfriend, well, you can't really drop a
I
clue
know.
like that.
Well, nowadays women, it's
That's
not like how we were
true.
brought up. It's like the guy has to come
Yeah.
to you. It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So be bold.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Let's see.
That's all I have.
Yeah, that's all I have too. And this was a lot of fun today. Soul Tribe, thank you so much, everyone, for adding your light, your energy. We love to hear your thoughts. Please continue answering each other and talking to each other on our channel. We love that. It's building the community, our Soul Tribe community. And yeah.
They can break through the fear and just go for it and just see what happens. That's basically it. Sharon, I believe, asked what that person can do to overcome it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just have to say, well, you know what, I'm going to go for it. And if they're with someone else, then, I'll respectfully, go away. But
I have to say,
otherwise,
Vera, you're so right about that.
Mhm.
Because I have talked
fight through the
with,
fear.
I have a friend, and he is like really an amazing person, super down to earth and friendly. But it's so interesting how women have thought that he is stuck up,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not. He's actually a very humble person. They just don't know that. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And a lot of times we're so afraid to say what we really think because we're afraid of being rejected.
Exactly.
And if we just put ourselves out there a little bit, it's amazing how much we might get a much better reaction than we think we will. Because a lot of times we're held back by our own fear. We think, oh, I'm going to look stupid, or this person's going to think that, or that, this or that. What if we only had 30 minutes and that's the end for the rest of our life? You want to tell the person how you feel. And so maybe it's okay to go with that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe he's guarded, so people assume that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. It's just so interesting how we might think a certain thing about a person until we talk to them, get to know them a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe if we didn't have as much fear.
And that goes two ways.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very good, interesting conversation, and we could have many.
That's like me too. Azul. I think that's what it says. Yeah, Azul.
Yeah, but exactly, because our friend, he's very quiet, and then women think, oh, he's stuck up.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not the case. So it's But anyway, we could do like a whole video series on relationships, couldn't we? Yeah. It's never boring, and you never have the same thing twice because everybody's different.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, please continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and share that past life and angel love. We appreciate you, and thank you for sharing this time with us today.
Yes.
And Vera, was there anything else that you wanted to share? today?
No,
All right.
that was it.
Well,
But
next.
that's interesting. Wait, James said in 1882, first Christmas tree light.
It was lit by
Lit
electric
by-
lights.
Yeah. My dad, when he was little, they had candles on theirs, and he was born in 1930. They had
Wow.
candles that they would light
Wow, that
when
is
he was a
just-
little boy.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Mhm.
that's just
I know.
scary.
So yeah, I don't know.
Wow,
Maybe it didn't hit Tucson by that time.
that's funny.
They didn't know.
All right. Well, yeah, fire trap for sure. Beautiful, but next
Yes,
week,
yeah.
next week is we're going to be talking about Mike. And if you ever go on YouTube and you happen to see what's it called, that chapter, you'll know what we're talking about.
Or go check it
I
out.
think he's from Ireland. Well, you'll see. And we're going to talk about
Hi,
him
I'm Mike.
next
Mike.
Saturday, Past Life on Mike. All right. We
On the
love you
turd.
all. Yeah.
He's so cute.
We love you all.
Yeah.